Hey Becca, I'm going to watch your video in real time and give you some feedback. Maybe.
We're going to go ahead and flip to page 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay?
Yeah.
Sorry, page 5. I joked. Page 5. On that first system, what looks to be measure 32, it's the last measure, the pickup into that. Can we all together clap the rhythm?
Yes.
Okay. It's switching into 4/4, just regular 4/4. We can do this. And then at the end of the page, stop and put your hands up like this.
Okay? I like that you said,
so we're gonna go.
Put your hands up.
2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And hands up, right? Okay, on the next page, what is the time signature that it switches to?
Did we do the thing that you wanted us to do?
So what does that mean? Let's break that down. 4/8. If we, oh, there's no marker. I didn't need it.
It's in the bag.
Oh, it's okay. It's fine. 4/8 means there are 4 of what kind of note? 8 notes. 8 notes within every measure, right? So if there are 4 8 notes within every measure, what are we counting when we count?
I don't know, but 36 has got, it only has quarter notes in it. Why didn't they just use 2/4?
I don't know.
I'm so sorry I did that to you.
I think so that
But that's real.
Time signatures too much.
That's a good answer.
Okay.
So if we're going to count the 8th note here, it would be 1 and 2 and, right? Or 1, 2, 3, 4.
The second one you did is right.
Go 1,
2, 3, 4. If you want to do 4/8 instead of 2/4.
And say it out loud, please. 2. There you go. 1 and 2. Okay, so taking that, let's look at measure 36. What beat then do we come in at? 2. 2. Okay. So I'll count, clap the steady beat. Let's start right there with that in mind. 1 and 2. 2.
Oh, shoot.
That's okay. Let's start. Remember, we're counting the 8th. Yep. So we have to hold it.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
1, 2. Ready, go. 1.
That was a better count in for us.
Oh.
That's okay. Let's count it out loud. Can we count
Yeah, we were
our
kind of the
ones
worst.
And ands and 2s and ands and all the good.
Yeah.
So what we probably
we're gonna
needed to
give
do was
the
do 1,
beat
2, 3,
value is
4
going to the
because it's
8th.
in 4/8. We
Right.
kept doing 1 and 2 and
So we're
though,
gonna
as if we were
start at
in
the
quarter
pickup.
notes.
To measure 39
Okay.
on the word V, swift.
Okay. Yeah.
1, 2, 3. So remember, the 8th note is getting the beat. So you're the swift turn of the ninth and spin, right?
Whoa.
You see, if
Yeah.
that's getting the beat, then your 16th note doesn't feel like a normal 16th
You
note.
did a
It's
good
gonna
job
feel
of
like your 8th.
explaining it to us.
Okay.
I think that just
Yeah?
up
Is
until
it all
that point,
clicking?
Are we counting or clapping?
Clapping.
Okay, we're clapping.
you did a
1,
good job of
2,
explaining it to
3.
us.
Swift, 2, 3.
And then we finally got it.
2, 3. Sharp. Boom.
I think something that might have
See how
helped
there's
us
a
a little bit
Let's zoom in on that, everybody.
might have been to actually number the
sharp
counts in
Snap.
4
What beat is
8.
the word snap on?
But this is a great question.
2, right? The
Yeah, it's on
sharp
2.
break. Snap.
The and
Of step.
the Wait.
It's a 16th note.
3?
So if your 16th note is your 8th note,
Oh,
let's
3.
think of it that
Yeah,
way.
it's not a big
3. Okay.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you see?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so let's do it together.
I like that you gave
One,
us the space to
2,
figure it out.
Here we go. One, 2, 3. We're gonna stop right there. On the word stings, let's go back to that very first spot and see if we can clap all of that together. Y'all
That's
are
a
doing amazing.
good
This is difficult.
chunking, and
32 or
32 again, yes.
you did a good job
Pick up
having us
32
chunk
on the
it
word
and then
but.
connect it back.
But.
That's a really good strategy of it just like not being a fluke and then putting it back into
One.
context.
2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then we're gonna take a second, and then we're gonna go, because we're in 4, and there's a big break. So we're gonna take a big break. And then we're gonna go in our 4/8, 1, 2, 2, and then we're gonna stop. 1, 2, 3. Good. Okay? Can we go back and do that on words? Instead of clapping this time, we're just gonna say the words.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
All right.
Again,
let's
that's
do it.
a good
1,
sequence for us.
2. But
if
it's all the same to you, I'll stick around.
Stick around.
Shoot.
That's okay. Let's just
Sorry,
go from
I
ow.
screwed that
Stick
up.
around, stick around, right?
Good modeling,
1,
because I
2,
dropped
3.
it there.
I'll stick around.
Stick around.
Stick around. And then big break. At home. The swim.
Feel like we could have used a good cue there. A look up and a cue with a breath.
And the tang of hempen strings, the sharp snap of the halyard slim, and the spray that cuts and stings. Right? Okay,
Yeah.
so now taking that, can we look at just the soprano line? Gentlemen, would you mind singing the soprano line in your own comfortable place?
I like that
We're all
strategy
gonna do it
a
together.
lot.
Okay?
Because I just don't ever think it's a bad idea for the kids to learn what everybody else's part sounds like. They're practicing the rhythms, they're practicing jumps they might have.
Yep. Now let's go to the alto line. Okay? It's pretty much the same now. I think we got it. 1, 2, 3. What if it's all the same to you? Y'all did far better than me.
3.
Stick around. Okay, let's do the soprano and alto part together now.
There we
Okay.
go.
Are we all singing soprano alto? Or which?
Olivia Grace,
Oh, for the
will you sing
dudes.
soprano, Dr. Soja, will you sing alto? Ryan, alto, camp, soprano. Okay, let's do it. 1, 2, go.
That's good cueing. That counts as conducting in my book.
phone, because it's essentially the same notes, and go to the swift turn. Let's do soprano and alto reading together, and then we'll go to bass and tenor reading.
And everybody kind of, if I'm remembering right, I think everybody pretty much has the same parts there. So this is great.
Swift turn of the night winds win, and the tangle and stream.
Yes. Now, gentlemen, let's pause. Gentlemen, what do you notice about your part there?
There you go. I love that.
It's the same.
What do you
Let's all
notice?
sing it
It's the
together
same.
in our own
Which is
spots and
great.
keep
Kids
going
don't
into
always
this.
realize that.
1,
Hey, you've already heard
2,
it.
3.
The swift turn of the night winds win, and the tangle hempen streams. The shore.
See, that's okay. That's okay.
Woo!
Tenor's the same note. Alto, you're gonna go.
Short. What a
And Olivia Grace, so you're singing this
gross interval.
perfect fourth, right? For basses, but down here. Okay, can we try just those notes? And then we're gonna split into a million different directions. And guys, you're gonna have a weird crunch, but it's gonna sound like this.
I'm very proud of you for continuing to just maintain focus while a masonry drill is running in the
We're gonna sing the
background.
first and then stop on the next note. Okay, so everyone sing. And then go to your next note.
Awesome.
Let me see thumbs. How do we feel? Sounds good.
I mean, it
to
feels
me.
gross, but it's a weird. I have no idea what's happening. I mean, it's a weird interval, but you did a really good job in breaking that apart and dealing with really tricky rhythms. I think the only thing that got us a little hung up at first was being 1 and 2, and even though we were in 4/8, I think it might have made it a little easier for us to keep it in 4 there and maybe do some sample rhythms that had similar type of breakdowns with the little 16th notes in similar places, so we would have kind of known what those were a little bit. And that's something that you would probably have done in a warm-up or an etude. So that's just one of those places where those two things would connect for us, and then it feeds into the rehearsal process. But this was really good. Your playing for the most part was supportive of us, but you didn't overplay, and you weren't like, it wasn't like we couldn't hear ourselves or anything. It was supportive when it needed to be. Yeah, this was well prepared, especially when you didn't have an oral model to go off of, because it was like an entirely brand new piece that there were no recordings of anywhere. So I really appreciate that, and I thought you did a wonderful job on this one.